What is up, champions? So today I want to show you a follow along pancake mobility routine. So we're going to use ballistic stretching. This is the routine done by Emmett Lewis, and yeah, he's the mobility wizard, so this is simply an amazing routine. So I suggest doing it today and then have a day off and then do it the day after that, so not going every day, because usually it's a bit intense, and I would rather you start with a bit lower frequency and then up the frequency instead of the opposite, going too hard for 3 days and then you're so sore you can't move for the next 5 days and you have to take a rest. So make sure to do the routine the next day, see how you feel. If you feel good, do it the next day as well. So anywhere from 2 to 5 times a week or even 7 times a week is good, but depending on how you feel and how you react. So to get some major results is gonna take 4 to 6 weeks. I know that's what everybody wants to know. So about 4 to 6 weeks of work, then we can see, okay, if we made some improvements or not. So this is kind of an intermediate level routine, so if you're a complete beginner, this is not for you, because it's gonna be too, it's gonna be a bit too much pain. So basically we start in a straddle position. If you have exceptional middle split, make sure to not go too far. Actually, you want to kind of stay here. So if, however, you're gonna get your feet only about up to here, the stretch is gonna be more on the hamstrings, but still that's good. So get the legs wide, and I usually like to start just by leaning to the side a little bit. If you can, grab your foot and rotate a little bit just to loosen up. All right, now we can begin with the pulses. So basically ballistic stretching means we go into the new range, then we back off a little bit, and then again we pull deeper into that range. And make sure not to go down, but you try to be as long as possible, always, very important. So we're gonna perform the pulses, 20 pulses in 5 different positions. That's basically one set, and then repeat that for 3 sets. So altogether 3 sets. So let's begin. First, I actually like to go to the dark side. So place your hands here and try to perform some pulses. So try to be as long as possible. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Even grab the foot to pull a little bit. About 20. Boom. Then we go to the other foot. And also try to make sure this hip stays on the floor. You don't want to rotate too much internally. You want to keep the hip on the floor and the knee facing up. So let's go. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Really contract the quad. Try to be as long as possible. 16, 17. 20. Boom. All right, loosen up, maybe adjust the position, that's always good. And then we try to kind of pick the center, and then we go exactly right here in the middle. Again, 20 pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. Try to be as long as possible. Contract the quads. Here you can even have a cell phone and then try to push it as long as possible, and then you back off. So 2 more positions, don't give up, we're almost through. 10, 11, 12, 19, 20. Oof, all right, and now the center. Here I even like to grab the weight so I can pull myself a little bit deeper. It almost feels like I can get a bit more depth, but you can also do it without the weight, so you can have your hands in front. Let's begin. And also, if you want to make it a bit harder, pull the ankles into dorsiflexion, so that's gonna be a bit more demanding on the hamstring as well. So try to keep it here if you can. If not, point your toes. But in each case, contract the quad and really try to engage the pull here from the hip flexors, trying to be as long as possible. Just a little bit more. And then if you can, pause. Contract. Make sure your knees are pointing up, not internally rotating. And then bring it up. First set always sucks. Whew. So then you can either stay with your legs apart. I like to kind of pull them together a little bit. Ooh, damn, that feels good. Alright, then we wait for either a minute or 2 minutes. You can pause the video if not, but I like to actually go straight up into it because then you get it over quicker. So basically, whew, one more set, same thing. Try to be as long as possible. Really try to keep both hips on the floor and contract the quad, and yeah, pull as deep as you can. Let's begin the second set. Suffering begins. 12, 13. Try to bring it deeper. Ooh. Sometimes I even do an additional set on the dark side to try to balance things out. The other leg. 2, 3, 4. And the pulses is about 1 per second. You don't want to go too fast, so just follow my tempo. Also readjust the position always. I like to always kind of sit a little bit more anterior, so stick my ass out so that way I can bring it a bit deeper. 2, 3, 14, 15, just a little bit more. 16, 17. Sometimes it even helps if I close my eyes, to be completely honest, because then you don't even know the position you're completely at, so you kind of, the body feels a bit more loose. And you can also focus a little bit more on what you're actually stretching. Alright, come on. And the final position, and this one sometimes I even like to do arch ups. That's why I have the weight here, because I realize my body responds quite good to progressive loaded stretching. So if I go from here and do some reps, it actually feels very good. And again, about 10 reps. You can definitely give it a try here, right here. 8. So pardon me, it's 10 reps, so it's a little bit less. You don't have to go for 20. But see if you get a better effect. In that case, it's definitely worth it. And then in the end, the pause. So stay here, contract the quad, really try to pull from the hip flexor. And let's bring it out. Ooh, and I never here contract the face and be like, this hurts, rah, because then the body remembers, and the body doesn't like if it feels pain, basically. So try to relax, even though this is tough shit, and definitely with times gets a little bit easier, but to be honest, it's always difficult. The people you see that are extremely flexible, they stretch a lot, so that's why it's kind of moderately uncomfortable, but still is uncomfortable. Like, make no mistake about it. Whew. So right now, the last set, let's focus and yeah, get all the energy in. Whew. So as you notice right now, you're probably a little bit more loose. I definitely feel like I can spread my legs a little bit wider. Whew. Even though I haven't trained pancake, to be completely honest, in a while, but still it looks actually very good because I seem to be using my mobility, which is always superior So even if you do this routine about 2 times per week, that's fine. Just make sure every day to revisit the position. So just go on the floor and try to move around a little bit and try to bring it a little bit deeper. Maybe watch some television and spend some time in this position. The people who are really flexible spend a lot of time in that position. That's also somebody's a bit more gifted than others, but watching me, you can say, oh, he's so gifted for flexibility. Look at the pancake, he's got the head to toe, blah, blah, blah. But no, there's a lot of work that's put into this. And I've spent about 12 years free running using that mobility, jumping into a pike backflip. So that's why the mobility is also there. So use it or you're gonna lose it. Whew. So let's go the final set. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Make an effort, let's go, bring it deeper. Oof. That's good shit. The other side, adjust the position. Let's go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hard work. So some days I actually go quite hard and really try to bring it deeper, but some days I actually really don't push it and just be a bit more relaxed. If the body is a bit more defensive, just listen to it. So don't push it too hard. If however you feel good, go for it. Contract the quads. 6, really pull with the hip flexors, try to bring it deeper. Make sure your head is not too much up, try to kind of keep it neutral. Just a little bit more. You can even pull here. Oof. All right, a little bit more and we're finished for today. Oh, final position. Recover a little bit, reset. Okay, and the pause. Let's go. Usually like to finish with one more position in the end, so just to solidify the gains. So let's go. Just one more pause. So just kind of a slow descent into the pancake. Beautiful day. Yeah, that was a solid chest to floor. Ooh. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like my methods of training, make sure to also click the link right here below the video, because I'm doing a webinar very soon. So if you want to secure yourself a spot on kind of the first global calisthenics webinar, maybe not the first, but it's definitely going to be the best, I'm going to make sure of it. Click the link right here and secure yourself a spot, and I'm going to be sharing some incredible knowledge that I learned over the past 10 years with you on the webinar. So yeah, click the link and I'll see you there. Thank you so much for your time, and remember, you're a champion. Boom.